Welcome to Michigan in Focus, powered by thecentersquare.com. This episode features a piece by the Center Square's Terez Boudreau, headlined, quote, Michigan lawmakers aim to boost funding, recruitment of law enforcement, end quote. Here's the story. Michigan lawmakers are launching bipartisan efforts to increase police recruitment and benefits as the number of law enforcement officers trends downward in the state. U.S. Representative Dan Kildee, a Democrat, introduced legislation Friday that would provide $50 million annually to state and local law enforcement agencies to create quote-unquote pathways to policing programs aimed at boosting recruitment in the field. The programs would specifically target candidates from underrepresented communities or with non-traditional educational and career backgrounds. The number of law enforcement officers in Michigan has decreased by more than 4,000 since 2001, according to statistics from the state's Department of Labor and Economic Opportunity. Kildee said, quote, local police departments help keep our communities safe, but too often they have trouble recruiting and retaining their officers. My bill would ensure police departments have the resources they need to grow their forces and serve our communities. By investing in new recruitment programs, we can improve public safety and provide pathways to good-paying jobs for Michiganders, end quote. The bill would provide another $50 million a year for nationwide marketing and recruitment campaigns. Meanwhile, State Senator Kevin Hertel, a Democrat from St. Clair Shores, introduced a bipartisan bill that would amend the Public Safety Officers Benefit Act to double the $25,000 death and permanent disability payout to surviving relatives. Public safety officers include law enforcement, firefighters, and ambulance crew members. Hertel said during Friday testimony before the Senate Veterans and Emergency Services Committee, quote, we are taking decisive action in their honor to strengthen our support for the first responders here in Michigan who answer the call to serve day in and day out. Despite the threat of personal, physical, and mental harm, these patriots put service above self to ensure the safety and security of their neighbors. Their heroism and sacrifice must be met with our support, which is what this legislation aims to do, end quote. The legislation would increase the benefit paid for a public safety officer who dies or is permanently disabled in the line of duty to a one-time payout of $50,000 to the officer's spouse and dependents. The amount has not been updated in 2 decades. The Michigan Commission on Law Enforcement Standards estimates that existing state budget appropriations would cover the payout increase. Listeners can keep up with this story and more at thecentersquare.com. This podcast was made with the assistance of AI technology. Please subscribe and thanks for listening.